Great. The Redevelopment Agency meeting of April 6, 2016 is called to order. The meeting has been properly noticed and posted in compliance with the open meeting law. These proceedings are being video recorded as well as presented live on KCLV Cable Channel 2 and are closed captioned for hearing impaired viewers. Please note, customers of CenturyLink, they may view this program in high definition on channel 1002, and some customers of Cox Communication who do not have a cable box may view this meeting on digital channel 69.9. The redevelopment meeting, as well as all other KCLV programming, may be viewed on the internet at our newly launched website, lasvegasnevada.gov, but they may not see it on that. They have to go to www.kclv.tv. The proceedings will be rebroadcast on KCLV Channel 2, the web, the Wednesday of the meeting at 8 p.m., also on Friday at 4 a.m., Saturday at 7 p.m., Sunday at 7 a.m., and the following Monday at 5 p.m. This building is protected by state-of-the-art fire detection and its suppression sprinkler systems. If alarms should activate during today's meeting, please evacuate using the exits at the back of the chambers out to the mezzanine. Proceed out the double doors to the terrace and down the back staircase. For anyone who has difficulty with stairs, please check with a marshal or fire official for assistance. Once outside, assemble on the northeast corner across the street from City Hall at Lewis and First. Employees wearing safety vests or city marshals will inform you when it's safe to re-enter the building. For public comment related items on the agenda, citizen participation and public hearing items, we have available a speaker card which you may complete and submit to the city clerk. Cards are available online in the clerk's office or at the rear of these chambers. If you do not submit a card, it does not prevent you from speaking under public comment, citizen participation, or specified public hearing items. If anyone's present today who has need for hearing impaired equipment, please come up front and see our city clerk staff here. If you parked in the parking garage across the street, please be sure to have your ticket validated by security officers when exiting. And we will move on to agenda item 3. Public comment during this portion of the agenda must be limited to matters on the agenda for action. The amount of time any single speaker is allowed may be limited. All comments will be cross-referenced to those specific items. If anyone submitted a speaker card or who wishes to speak under this portion of the agenda, please come to the podium and state your name for the record. We will set the time at 1 minute. Thank you. We'll move on to agenda item 4. For possible action to approve the final minutes by reference to the regular redevelopment agency meeting of March 2nd, 2016, is there a motion to approve the minutes?
Motion to approve, Mayor.
Thank you. There's a motion to approve the minutes of March 2nd, 2016. Please vote and please post. Motion carries. Agenda item 5. RA 3-2016, discussion for possible action to approve a resolution authorizing the issuance of the City of Las Vegas Redevelopment Agency tax increment revenue bonds in an amount not to exceed $100 million, the execution and delivery of documents relating thereto, redevelopment areas 1, 3, and 5, Councilwoman Tarkanian and Councilman Coffin and Barlow. Good morning.
Good morning. Vanetta Alpiar, Director of Finance. We are pleased to announce to you we had a bond sale yesterday for these bonds, and we received the market received it very well. We were able to issue the bonds at $83.4 million with a premium of $10.1 million, so our total proceeds received were $93.5 million. We had a total interest rate cost of 3.75%. And with that, we had a net present value. The net present value of the bonds was 4.54, which is well above our 3% requirement in our debt management policy. And even though with this, we are going to be paying $23.1 million extra in interest due to the fact that we extended the term the additional 15 years through the life of the RDA, we still had a present value savings of $3.7 million. In addition, we'll be generating approximately $18 million in cash flow savings the first 3 years of the bonds. So between 2016 and 2019, we'll have $18 million in excess cash because of the savings on the debt service.
And the extension of the bond to what year?
2045, which is the life of the RDA.
Wow. Oh, any comments, questions? Yes, please, Councilman Beers.
Thank you, Your Honor. I will be voting against this motion. To me, this is having a 15-year mortgage and deciding to restructure it over 30 years' time. While there's an immediate savings in cash flow, there's a long-term loss in additional interest that will be paid. The net present value calculation over 30 years assumes the current discount rate is true for 30 years, which seems highly unlikely to me. So for that reason, I think it's better for the city to knuckle down and bite hard on this rock we started chewing on 5 or 10 years ago, rather than leave it for our kids to deal with. So I will be voting no, Your Honor.
Do you want to give him the rock to bite on? Sorry, I don't mean to make light of your comment, but he just happens to have a rock since you said you were going to bite on the rock.
A rock that's bitten a lot.
Yes. Councilman Anthony.
So if the interest rate goes up, then we will not be saving any money? Is that?
No, it's a fixed interest rate. So we know what our interest rate is on these bonds throughout the life of the bonds. And the discount was used, they typically do the present value calculation on the yield of the bonds, so it's consistent.
So how, I don't understand how if we're going to pay a certain amount more in interest over 30 years, how do we save money?
In a present value, we're saving money because when you do a present value calculation, you have all your positive cash flows are up front, so they're worth more up front than they are at the end. At 2045 money, when you do a present value calculation.
Councilman Beers.
I'd take a crack at that as well. This is a calculation that attempts to analyze the time value of money. The concept is that $100 in your pocket today is worth more than $100 that's promised to be put in your pocket in 5 years because of an assumed interest rate differential. So to calculate a 30-year present value, you assume a given interest rate will be the interest rate that money will earn over the course of the 30 years. If that interest rate were to go up, then we could probably get more money back for our invested dollar, and that would cause a change in the overall net over the 30 years. But we won't know until 2046 what the impact will actually be. The short answer, again, to me comes back to taking a 15-year mortgage out to 30 years. It eases cash flow, but it causes a loss of resources over time.
Thank you. Yes, Mayor Pro Tem.
Thank you. Ms. Appleyard and Mr. Vincent, can you also speak to our bond rating that we just adjusted recently, and speak to that a little bit and how that will affect us in the long term?
Yes, actually, we just received an upgrade because of this refinancing. We went from BBB to BBB plus. So it was definitely an upgrade, and they noted that this interest rate savings was giving us a better coverage.
And I think I'm pointing that out because this is the second consecutive increase we've had in our bond rating. And in light of the recession and what other local governments are currently going through with their finances, and in light of where we're going to be with our budgets in the next few years because of property taxes, that's pretty significant. So I just wanted to point that out. That.
And the other thing we wanted to point out too, right now we're earning about 1.5 on our portfolio as far as our cash investments go. So the 3% yield that's being used, although it is it's conservative compared to what we are getting now.
Okay. I'm going to support this, Mayor, because of that $18 million in cash reserve that you pointed out earlier. We've got to keep the machine going, in my opinion. We've got to keep investment going, and I think the business community needs to feel comfortable enough with us as we move forward with that. So thank you, Mayor.
Okay. Any other comments, questions? I'd entertain a motion, please.
I would move to approve agenda item number 5 as presented by staff.
Thank you very much. There's a motion. Please vote and please post. The Motion carries. Thank you very much.
And with that item, the documents that were presented in the backup, they do not reflect the current transaction. They were just the form of the document. With the RDA, we need to present the actual documents that have the current deal structure that you just approved. Thank you.
Very much. So if anybody would like a copy, they're with the clerk's office then. Thank you very much. We'll move on to agenda item 6, RA 42016, discussion for possible action regarding a resolution finding the project proposed by the Commercial Visual Improvement Program CVIP agreement between the City of Las Vegas Redevelopment Agency RDA and Wild Decatur LLC owner and CVIP applicant located at 4907 Vegas Drive, aka Imperial Plaza, APN 138-25-503-003, to be in compliance with and in furtherance of the goals and objectives of the redevelopment plan and authorizing the execution of the CVIP agreement by the RDA not to exceed $25,000, RDA Special Revenue Fund, Redevelopment Area Ward 5 with Councilman Barlow. Note the item is related to Council Item 41, which is R-172016. Good morning.
Good morning, Mayor Gibbon, members of City Council, and Redevelopment Agency Board. For the record, Bill Arndt, Director, Economic and Urban Development. This project is part of our visual improvement program where the Redevelopment Agency makes investments into the facades of older buildings in our older part of the city. In order to do that, we ask for participation from the private owner, and we offer some matching funds up to a cap of $25,000. Our project before you today is Imperial Plaza on Vegas Drive, just west of Decatur. Wild Decatur LLC is the owner. The owner has completed and refurbished the side of the building fronting Vegas Boulevard and are using $250,000 of their own funds to make those improvements. They're now interested in refurbishing the side of the building facing Decatur. The owner is undertaking exterior renovations, including new framing, new storefront glass, new signage, and new stucco. The owner is eligible for a $25,000 VIP reimbursement. 13 full-time jobs will be retained, and the investment is $250,000. With me today is Steve Cohen, the property owner, and I'll turn it over to him to say a few remarks.
Yes. Good morning.
If you'll re-announce yourself and then tell us anything you would like about the property and what you're doing.
Yes, my name is Steve Cohen, and we purchased this building around 2014, the late 2014, and right away we moved to renovate all the building, the front of the building completely, and we invested about $250,000 of our own money to renovate everything and make it really from an old building, 1961, to modern 2016, and it's really beautiful. And most of the tenants came back, and we have new tenants. It's
Are you
we have
fully
only one
occupied?
left. I'm sorry.
Are you fully occupied, or you
We
still
have one
available?
left too, and we have application, and it's amazing because it was half empty.
Do you have an elevation, Mr. Arndt, of what the after looks like?
I don't have it here.
Or do you have it?
I don't have it here with me.
An elevation of what it looks like as remodeled?
Mayor Gibbon, this is a rendering of the elevation along Decatur. I appreciate it's in black and white. It's a little hard to see, but this is the elevation on facing Vegas Drive, is my understanding. So
The old one.
the old one, and so they're improving Decatur with all these improvements, including new storefront glass, new signage, new stucco. New's the key word here. This area is definitely in need of new improvement, and as you may recall, the Redevelopment Agency actually owns a large piece of land just to the south of here on Decatur, south of Vegas Drive. So this improvement arguably will enhance the value of our own property. So we're real appreciative of.
So it's underway
investment.
rather than completed?
No, it's completed. You know, the front building, by the way, it changes from Decatur to Vegas Drive. We changed the address too, which is now the front, because it used to be the back of the building was the front. and now it's really the rear, you know, it's in the front. So it's all completed. The first building is all completed completely, and that's where we invested the $250,000.
Would love to see the final product. I'm sure if you get a
Absolutely, Mayor.
picture,
We
please.
will send you photos to show
I have
you the final product.
Thank you. Any comments, questions? Councilwoman, if you
I-
would
I
act on
can-
behalf of Councilman Barlow.
On behalf of Councilman Barlow, I move to approve.
Thank you. Oh, you have a picture?
I can find it, yeah, I thought...
Well, could I just ask, on this black and white, where all those little lines are running on a white, is that glass? Those square things in front, what is that? I mean, part of it looks like it's stucco or wood, and the rest is that glass?
Yes,
Thank
all the glass, you know, all the wall is brand new, and all the glass, yes, completely. I gotta find this.
We're gonna pull the pictures.
Oh, wonderful. Isn't technology great? Yeah. Now, will you be able to put that on the screen, or do we have to go back to, right there? Okay. Okay, while we're looking for the,
Here.
here it is. Okay.
We have,
You can put it here.
I'll put it here. Oh, I see. This is one.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, much nicer.
That's all the way.
Excuse me, that's the new one?
Yeah.
This comparison.
Make sure how much signage you have on your windows, just check it. Because code enforcement is checking it now throughout the city, so I,
Can I show you some more?
Yeah. Correct.
Yeah, if you have another one, that'd be great, just so we can see what the final is beyond the rendering. But we do believe Mr. Arndt has been fully behind this and says, so we are trusting that. All right, anyway, there's a motion, and please vote on the motion. And then we'll post after, Councilwoman, if you'll vote too, please. That's all right. No, he's having conversations, it's okay. I know you can't.
That's why he votes against me all the time.
All right, well, if you will give it to Mr. Arndt, and then he can send it to us. The motion's been approved, and thank you for coming down, we
Here
appreciate
we go.
it.
We got one.
Oh, we
Yeah,
got
big
one, good.
This is complete and all the building, brand new.
Wonderful. We will drive by, thank you very much. Good luck with your final tenant, appreciate it. Okay, and now we're on agenda item 6, RA 2-1-2016, discussion for possible action regarding a resolution finding the project proposed by the Commercial Visual Improvement Program, CVIP, agreement between the City of Las Vegas Redevelopment Agency, RDA, and 4101 Meadows Lane, LLC, owner and CVIP participant, located 4101 Meadows Lane, APN 139-31-601-002, to be in compliance with and in furtherance of the goals and objectives of the redevelopment plan, authorizing the execution of CVIP agreement by the RDA not to exceed $25,000, RDA Special Revenue Fund, Redevelopment Area 2 in Ward 1 with Councilwoman Tarkanian. This item is related to Council Item 42 R-18 2016 in Ward 1.
Good morning. Again, for the record, Bill Arndt, Economic and Urban Development. This project also is part of our visual improvement program. One difference, this project is in Redevelopment Area 2 in Ward 1. The owner of the property, Mike Villion, is here to discuss the improvements. The property is located across the street from the Meadows Mall on Meadows Lane, adjacent to the YMCA property. The property houses the law office of Claggett and Associates. The partners needed room to expand their operations and decided to invest significant funds into renovation versus moving out of the neighborhood. As a result, the city and the redevelopment agency are retaining 30 full-time jobs at this location. The applicant is investing a private investment, including interior and exterior improvements, of $1,250,000. 10,000 square feet will be added to the building footprint. The applicant is eligible for a $25,000 VIP grant reimbursement. Staff recommends approval, and with that, I will turn it over to Mike Villian to walk you through the project.
Good morning, Mike Villian, 4101 Meadows Lane. Certainly appreciate the Office of Economic and Urban Development's help on this and staff's recommendation. Also, Councilwoman Tarkanian's office in helping us get this project off the ground. Available to answer any questions.
Councilwoman, any comments?
No, just some praise. It's a good
right.
building they have there now, and this is going to make it even nicer. Look how nice that looks. That's Ward 1, guys. That's not even Summerlin. So we're very pleased to have it, and I am very pleased that things went well for you, and I move to approve.
Thank you. There's a motion to approve. Please vote and please post. Motion carries. Good luck
Thank you.
to you. It looks beautiful. Thank you. Okay, agenda item 8, citizen participation. Public comment during this portion of the agenda must be limited to matters within the jurisdiction of the redevelopment agency. No subject may be acted upon by the redevelopment agency unless that subject is on the agenda and scheduled for action. If you wish to be heard, please come to the podium, give your name for the record. The amount of discussion on any single subject, as well as the amount of time any single speaker is allowed, may be limited. So anyone wishing to speak under this portion of the agenda? Hearing and seeing none, we will move on to agenda item 9, agency member recognition. Comments made by individual agency members during this portion of the agenda will not be acted upon by the agency unless that subject is on the agenda and is scheduled for action. Is there any member of the redevelopment agency who wishes to speak under this portion of the agenda? Okay, are there any other comments?
No, I'm waiting until we can see Councilman Ross's legs.
All right, so hearing none, this redevelopment agency is adjourned, and we will start our city council meeting in 7 minutes, sharply at 9. Thank you very much.